Hey everyone, this is my vlog. It's called Notes from. So this is Notes from January. I think that I'm not actually a very outgoing person. I'm pretty shy. So it takes a lot for me to like get in front of a camera and record myself, but I want to share my love of books. And yeah, I just think that this is a great outlet for me. And I think to begin with, like my stack here, which is a stack of 4 books. Like I always want to like organize my vlog via theme, and today's theme will be books that have books within them. So it's like book within the book. The first book that I want to talk about is Trust by Hernan Diaz. Trust by Hernan Diaz is a winner of the Pulitzer Prize, so I came in with high expectations of it. I mean, the sticker is like right there. So yeah, I came in with high expectations of it, and what I found that was like really interesting about the book was that the main characters, are like depicted through 4 different accounts of them. So there's 4 different books within this one actually that depict like the same New York City couple that's very affluent and wealthy, and it shows their contributions in the arts, in philanthropy, in finance, and it also just kind of shows that you can't ever know the full truth about someone, because by the end of the book, when Mildred, I believe, the main character, the female counterpart of this couple, like she gives her own account of what's going on. She's not like a mad woman, which was how she was previously depicted, and she's also not like a completely vulnerable person. She's someone who has her own agency, and it's just something that's like never been taken into account in previous accounts of her life together with this very influential man. So yeah, this is Trust by Hernan Diaz. It's an interesting like book within the book setup, I think. Next book I want to talk about is Biography of X by Lacey. So this one is interesting too, because like if you like sort of look at it, it says Biography of X, Lacey. And then when you go like kind of deeper in to the book, you can see that it then says Biography of X by C.M. Luca. And C.M. Luca is the main character of this book. And what I kind of like about this setup is that it really like prefaces the book within the book, and like within the like setup of the book itself. And what I like about that is that I don't know, it kind of breaks the fourth wall for me a little bit, and it brings to mind like questions of like whether or not how much of the author is in this book. And then, sorry, the cat is making sounds. Maybe we can cut this part out.
Okay.
Okay. What else is interesting about Biography of X? So what's interesting about Biography of X is that the main character has a very raw and honest way of dealing with grief. She basically, her wife, the famous deceased artist X, dies, and then she decides to take on writing a biography about her wife. But as she does this, she encounters friends, sometimes contentious, sometimes not, ex-lovers, and yeah, like she has to like really fully grieve the like the demise of her wife in this whole biography writing process. So yeah, this is another book within the book. And then next book I want to talk about is Death of an Author by Nnedi Okorafor. This one is another one that's like kind of interesting in just the layout of it. And so yeah, the front page is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. But when you open it up and like you reveal via the flap, it says Rusted Robots. So what does that mean for the structure of this book? What it means is that basically there's 2 different threads, and the first thread, sorry, the cat is going crazy again. The first thread is the account of Zelu. So Zelu is the author of Rusted Robots, and she writes a novel about a like I guess like sentient robots, right? And then the second thread is the like story about the robots themselves, and the robots themselves write a story, and that story is about Zelu actually. So like basically these two different accounts, like it's like of the robot writing a story about Zelu and Zelu writing a story about the robot. So yeah, like it's kind of an interesting setup. I've never seen it done this way before, and like I also think the book is just really beautiful. All right, and then the last book is Same Bed, Different Dreams by Ed Park. So this one, it's kind of an interesting book within a book too. Like it's all like split up. Basically, the whole like the way it's structured is like there's like five different what's called dreams. Like and like the dreams are like this like kind of document that gives a counterfactual like account of history, especially in reference to KPG, which is the Korean Provisional Government. The kind of like conceit of this whole thing is that basically the main character Soon Shin has a dog, and the dog has a kind of disorder where he like just basically eats paper and like buries it in the backyard or just like hides it around the house or something like that. And then like basically like Soon Shin will then find like, you know, like dream one hidden somewhere in the house, dream two hidden somewhere in the garden, and like between accounts of his own life, he'll like basically dive into like dream one and dream two, dream three, dream four. Dream five is one that he actually writes, so he has to finish the narrative basically after reading all of that. He's been enlisted into the Korean Provisional Government. So yeah, this is Same Bed, Different Dreams. Very interesting book. It was actually a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. I think like at some point I want to do a series where I like read all of the Pulitzer Prize winning like authors and maybe the finalists too, because this was a really good read. So yeah, those are the four books. They're actually, I feel like even like thematically they cohere, but then also like they look kind of similar. Like the color scheme is like kind of. Do you guys see this? Yeah, it's kind of similar, isn't it? So yeah, those are my four books that I really enjoyed.